And good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Steam for Monday, October the 2nd. We've reached October. Now, you know what that means. Major League Baseball playoff action. Not tonight, but we know our matchups. We've seen the odds, and we'll be ready tomorrow for Major League Baseball. It's that time of year, and we saw it come down a little bit to the. I think we said it on the show was going to end with a little bit of a thump, bump. Wasn't the big spectacular finish that we were all expecting. What do we got tonight? We got one game. I slept in, man. I'm almost considering it a day off here to a certain extent. Look at a couple of college football games with you as well. Just thanks for stopping by today, and we'll talk Seahawks and Giants, and I'll cover a few of the bigger games from early action. We've already seen Tony also come out with his videos for this week's early games. So say hello to some folks here. And how did it go yesterday? Hello, Matt. They're upset and more upset in Chicago. Nothing's going right in sports land for the teams in Chicago. Man, how do you lose that lead? Just how do you not win? How do you win? I think is really what it comes down to with those two teams. How did you guys do yesterday, everybody, on that big NFL card of the Dolphins and the Bills? Yeah, I think it lived up to expectations because of the spectacular offenses, and maybe the Bills still are the class, but the Dolphins showed they can still be a little bit explosive, and maybe coming off the big high, they can, I think they were bound to have a little bit of a letdown, but that was the big game yesterday, and the London game, of course, as well. We were kind of on the air when that started yesterday, so we'll go to Tony'sPicks.com and see how the Cappers did. I was okay. I'd call it my least successful week so far in the NFL season. Still found a profit, but wasn't as crushing like we did in those first weeks. If you're getting up on the East Coast, went to bed late, I'll just say it. Was it a stunning Sunday nighter? The Chiefs had that 17-0 lead, and then the Jets came back behind Zach. I blew it for the team, Wilson. Oh, come on, Zach. Try to be a little bit more positive, man. Everybody knows you were the star of the game, really, despite the Chiefs coming back for the victory. But Patrick Mahomes had a couple of touchdowns. Um, all the celebrities aside, we saw Aaron Rodgers, and he said, hey, let's be more positive. So it was a positive for the Jets, I guess, as positive as it can be in the wild comeback in the second, in the third, in the fourth quarters. Still took all that, and they still couldn't come up with the win on Sunday night. Hello to Ferner as well. Nice to see you. And what else? What else? What about some of those other results? We let off the show with the Broncos and the Bears, guys. We probably shouldn't be doing that. Now, Fields, 335 yards, 4 touchdowns. Nice job. The London game, Trevor Lawrence, 250 yards of total offense. Ritter, not looking great, right? He looks comfortable at home and not so much on the road. Ravens and Browns. I got burned there in a premium. What can I say? I follow the news cycle, right? NFL's got a little bit of a problem. NBA's kind of fixing their personnel problems. The NFL, not so much. Schefter, I think you're doing a pretty good job. And you and those guys. But hey, yesterday was kind of a disaster, right? With Watson, he's in, he's out. He's back out, he's in, and here's DTR with virtually no experience. I mean, I end up with a premium on the Browns. I'm not sitting here going to complain about losing a premium, but waiting for the info, seeing that Watson is going to play, and then finding him going to be a scratch at post time, it's not good. I'm just a guy making picks on the internet, so it really doesn't matter for me. But a lot of other people may have been affected one way or the other as well. So, and of course, the Browns had no offense with DTR. I'm not giving up on DTR. Uh, Imagine what he must have been thinking. If the information is correct, maybe that's why the information was what it was. He's in, he's out, the shoulder's hurt, it's not. And DTR's like, am I playing? Am I not? The reps, whatever. And then you throw a rookie in there against a team like the Ravens, who are still pretty decent. Baltimore got the win. What's wrong with Joey B? That calf injury? Is there other problems with the offense? Is there also a problem with the running game a little bit? Rams over the Colts. Richardson, they look good again. Hey, I don't know. I felt like I'm right so far on these rookie quarterbacks. I think they're doing what it's only been a couple of games, guys. I mean, obviously Stroud looking great. Richardson, when he's in there, be careful, man. You're gonna get hurt. But Stafford, the touchdown pass in overtime, and Kyron Williams, how about that? And of course, the superstar of all of professional football, Puka Nakua. Everyone knows that. Rams get the win. Tampa Bay and the Saints, you can win with Baker, right? 3 touchdowns. Tampa absolutely crushing with Winston in there. You had to know that it was going to be Tampa's day, I guess, huh? Carr, though, the injured shoulder, probably shouldn't be in there. You've got, your superstar Swiss Army knife. Put him in there. Why not? Eagles in Washington, exciting game. Jake Elliott, the long field goal. Washington, though, having problems protecting Howell, but a pretty good result, I thought, for Washington. We had him here on the show yesterday. And other action as well. Houston with Stroud, 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, and Kenny Pickett's going to be out here now for the Steelers, at least for a week or two moving forward. He's out next week. They've already, I think I just saw that come across the high speed sports wire within the last couple minutes that Pickett will continue to miss. Cowboys dump the Patriots. It didn't look good for Mac. Why are we still with Mac? I mean, at this point, it felt like from the first snap, Zappy was bringing more energy and excitement. So we're back with Mac next week. I think they've already said Mac's number at QB1, but the 2 interceptions, the 1 fumble, and the Patriots are 1-3. Let's not get down on the Patriots just yet, but 49ers in Arizona, McCaffrey stars again. Brock Purdy, Ayuk, Niners looking good. All right, did I cover your favorite NFL game of the day? Hello to Blake talking Titans football. And we gave out the Titans here on the show last week. I thought we were on board with the Titans, and I did have the under as a premium play yesterday, so I felt like I was zeroed in on that one. Hello to Ray today, and Blake dominated the Titans. Doing it. All right. Further not happy with Burrow. Is he costing the team by making sure he's in the lineup? I don't know what else you could do at this point. I guess if he wants to be in, he's going to be in. We're going to go over to Tony'sPicks.com and take a look. Woo, I'm tired, you guys. It was an exciting night of NFL, and I knew that I would have a short show today, so just kind of stayed up maybe a little too late. I'm usually pretty punctual doing the show here, but definitely looking to this little bit of a respite before we get into this Major League Baseball playoff action this week. And of course, this hockey preseason is really good thing I don't sell any hockey boy, I couldn't hit yesterday at all. I'm putting a few plays here and there in the Discord, trying to get out some hockey there, but I kind of give it the test run before I send it out and give out a play or anything in a preseason hockey game, and I couldn't get one right yesterday at all. But oh well, that's just because I was looking for more sports. All right, I'm going to go over to Tony'sPicks.com and just take a look at how our cappers did yesterday. It was probably Sam Murdy, of course, coming with the volume here, 11-5 on the Sunday card for Proby. He made 518 units. Daniel Walasachuk, 80% yesterday. Ben Ruhala, he's coming in with an 11-8 record. I saw him hit a prop yesterday. Ben Ruhala hits his winner on a prop here on the website, a first here for the Tony's Picks site. Ben Ruhala hits a prop bet, our first sale, I think, of the prop bet feature here on the site. Good job, Ben. Collins Brown, 67% yesterday. Hey, I made the leaderboard. There I am, whining about the losers, just like any steamed gambler. But we had premium winners yesterday as well, including under in the game in London. We talked about it yesterday, Guy. I know we were saying these games had been going over, but that particular stadium had all unders so far, now 7-0 to the under in that one. I also had premium winners yesterday with the Texans, also Tampa Bay and New Orleans. Under was a premium. I had the over in the Commanders and the Eagles for a premium as well. Also, Patriots Cowboys held on for the under, actually, for a premium winner there. And maybe it did go over. I'm trying to remember now, but I know what it was. Cardinals and Niners premium winner over. Hollywood Sam 5-3, Sean Dinwiddie, the king of totals, 6-4, Nick Lagarectos, Nick Bartini in the profit on NFL Sunday for the week. Nick Bartini has been on a roll. He's up 1485 over the last 7 days. Collins Brown up 1,300 units. I'm up there for the last 7 days, up nearly 8 units. Daniel Walasachuk, Hollywood Sam as well this week. Over the last 30 days, well, I'm on top of the handicapper leaderboards, 21-21. Sounds like it could be a good day today. Let's head back over to the website. Collins Brown also for the last month doing well. Nick Bartini, Tony T up 906 units over the last 30 days. Well, check out our premium picks today. There's National Football League. That's what we're talking about today. But certainly all of our handicappers will be involved in tonight's game, looking for action here. You see Nick Bartini, he's loaded up with the prop tonight. So he's got a game, he's got a prop, and, well, on a night like tonight, maybe I'll be looking to the props here. Ben and Nick have those props covered as well. Ben also guarantees 3-pack here, and Tony T, premium best bet for the game tonight. You guys ready to, talk football for a game or two and just keep me entertained here on this Monday? Hello to Darren. And let's get into the game for tonight. Let me just, how about also just want to discuss real quick, some information in Major League Baseball. Certainly we'll get ready to preview those series tomorrow with the 4 series, right? We have, 4 teams on bye. So, advance to the next round. But Texas ends up faced off with Tampa Bay. Toronto and Minnesota, that looks like a pretty closely rated series. Arizona and Milwaukee. Milwaukee's going to be favored there. Miami and Philadelphia. Philadelphia's going to be favored there. So really you have Tampa favored over Texas, Milwaukee favored over Arizona, and Philly favored over Miami. But I think the wild card, the fun series, looks to be Toronto and Minnesota. That's the closely rated series of the 4 division series. And those get underway tomorrow at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific in Major League Baseball. And let's see if I just maybe was going to recite the series prices here. The Rays are minus $1.60. It's almost in total correspondence with these opening lines. The Twins are just the slightest of favorites over the Blue Jays. Brewers are nearly $2 series favorites over the D-backs. And the Phillies are also $2 favorites pretty much over the Marlins in those opening series. All right. Seahawks and Giants. Well, right? Because it's New York, I guess, to answer the question of Matt D. Yeah, Blake, didn't that go down kind of peculiar with that announcement? How Schilling came out. Obviously, he was very sick, very, very sick, and maybe they knew Schilling caught word it was going to be kind of. And then for that, all that, you know, to go down, and the Wakefield's having to kind of protect their privacy a little bit. But looking back on it, maybe they could have just taken a bow. Don't flash the spotlight back to Curt Schilling. Flash it to a fan favorite like Tim Wakefield. All right. Seahawks and the Giants tonight. Could be. No, it sounds okay. I mean, yeah, the Giants, things haven't been going good so far with just a 1-2 record here. Seahawks have won 2 in a row, and they scored 37 points in both those games. Look, we forget sometimes, or I don't know, maybe the public doesn't really believe sometimes in Geno. We've been on this offense. We know what the Seahawks can do. Now, I think it's going to be different tonight in New York. Now, we saw what Dallas did. I get all that, but still, the Giants, when they get them back home, remember they've gone. One of the things is defensively, for whatever reason, they do play pretty well at home, and there's lower scoring games too. The Giants have gone under in 20 of their last 25 home games, and that's been a very, very consistent trend here for going on a couple of seasons now. And when they go bad, though, they could go really bad of late. They've been outscored in the first half, 63-6 so far, and they were held well under 200 yards in 2 of the 3 games thus far. Now, Giants in close games at home, it kind of works out for them a little bit, but for the Seahawks, they've had their problems defensively. Maybe the Giants could have a little bit of comfortability here in a toss-up game. Matt's going to stick with the under. He likes the under in this game. And why wouldn't? I mean, that's where I'm going to go as my free pick on the show. I'm not getting frustrated with my unders. I'm still going to be hitting them, but I might be more interested in the side in this game, and I'm going to give out under as my free play, especially at 47 right now. It does feel like a little bit like it's gone up a little bit here, and why would it? Why would it? We can, of course, we can talk prime time unders, but who wants to talk about league-wide trends, right? They're kind of boring, but you throw on the top that the Giants are such a heavy under. Seahawks on the road. Yeah, okay, I get it. Seahawks, you go into Detroit, you could get mixed up in a little bit of a high-scoring game a little bit, but it's not like you're going up and facing now the Giants with any offense where, you can kind of trade a little bit on the back end. So Giants, they've been shut out in 3 of their 6 halves this season. So I'm not sure that – look, Seahawks are favored by 1.5. Maybe it was a pick 'em earlier or whatever. It hasn't been much of a line move here, and I, want to think that the Giants at home maybe can muster something up here. I'm not totally impressed at this point with Seattle. At home, I'm going to be more impressed with them. I still like the offense a little bit, but I don't know if we're going to even equate Seattle with Dallas. You don't expect Seattle to go in there. They're not heads and shoulders below the Cowboys at this point, are they? Why wouldn't Seattle go in there and have a good game? Well, I think it's just a little bit different. Road Gino can be a little bit different, especially if he's up against a little bit of defense here. I hope the Giants can get something together. It's a closely rated game. Why wouldn't it? I mean, I don't think we're seeing overwhelming, square action here. It feels like the Giants would be the tougher side, maybe to get on, but I'm not necessarily seeing it that way from other handicappers in the industry. In fact, right now, I'd say that I'm kind of seeing the pro cappers kind of looking towards the home team here. But I'm going to end up playing the under here as my free play at 47. Yeah, prime time under. Uh, Giants, whatever, right? With Daniel Jones. I mean, this offense, I don't think it's even hit or miss. It's mostly miss. Jones can have some moments at home, but I don't know. It's a quarterback situation in New York for both these teams at this point. I'm not gonna, throw Jones into the same uh, category right now as Wilson. And hey, I was happy. We're happy for the guy last night. I mean, it's so bad. I mean, God, every talking head, it's all Zach Wilson. Hello, Bobby. He likes the under. Gonna be kicking some field. Hey, Luis Venegas here today, and he says, "How about the Giants and over?" Giants and over there for Luis. All right. Well, we can spend a few more minutes on it, but I'm giving out the under as my pick here on the show. Just gonna kind of ride the prime time angle a little bit. Giants, pardon me, guys. Giants, nothing too special here on offense. We know that Seattle different on the road with their defense, but 47 still seems a bit high to me. I think you guys are kind of leaning under. Darren, though, Seahawks, and he says a 50 total tonight. Looks like he's leaning to the over here a little bit. So I don't like it, my friend. All right, you guys. That's my coverage, I guess, at this point of the game. These are two NFC teams, so they played a little bit. Seattle's won 5 of the last 6 in this series, and under in 4 of the last 5 meetings. Seattle's won and covered each of their last 3 trips here. That's over several seasons, you guys. Some long-term, to me, long-term trends, mostly with division foes, for the most part, or championship foes that end up tangling in the playoffs and get an extra game, an important matchup or two in there. So, all right, you guys, just biding my time a little bit, spend a little time with you here today, and I'm going to look at 4 football games. I think is what I'm going to start my week off with. 4 decent games in that early window. I don't know if I'll come back to some of the lesser games. This is a 12 noon. What do they call it? A big noon kickoff here. I think they've coined a phrase that I don't even know what it is, but just look at the 4 biggest matchups here from the early slate. And if there's time later in the week, I'll visit other ones, but we'll get about 30 games in or so here for the week. Let's start off with LSU, shall we? And Missouri. Why not? I mean, so far you have LSU, well, more so Missouri, right? I mean, Missouri 5-0 straight up, 3-2 against the spread. You got Daniels going up here against Brady Cook. Brady Cook's done all right, man. You're gonna tell me you got 2 teams, both inside the top 25, and you got a road favorite here. I'll be interested in taking a touchdown no matter what. I don't even need to break it down, too. Now, look, I'm a big Jaden Daniels fan. There's no doubt about it. I like him. He may be even overrated. But, they're averaging 44 points per game so far. Missouri, good job defensively. They're allowing just 20 points per game, and they're averaging 32 a game. And LSU, we saw some weaknesses defensively here, so I'm on Missouri. I mean, 6.5 points. Let me make sure. Started to type in the lines yesterday. Hey, if you get a chance, you could go back and check out a show I did at yesterday on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. It's there in chronological order, so it's right there in some of the live videos where I go over the live lines as they're happening, the first moves out of the gate at the Circa. There were some early releases. DraftKings really had some early lines. As I think we're getting later in the season, they're feeling a little more confident opening them up a little bit early, but Circa takes those big limits, and we went over those initial line moves yesterday. This game opened 64. This total is wrong, by the way. I can't even get through the first game, you guys. This total is 63. Boy. Okay, there we go. It's important to get it right on the first game of the card. The total here in this one had opened at 64.5 and went down to 62.5 at Circa. Settles here at 63. I don't know. LSU did have some issues offensively. I guess maybe I would lean over, but I think the number actually might be a little bit too high. I'll get back to you on that. I don't know if it's going to make premium right now the way I'm looking at it, but at least the total has gone down a little bit from the opener, and that seems like the appropriate move. But not ready to make the call there. But I will make a call here on Missouri for sure, getting 6.5 points. That Circa move, it would open 6.5. I did see a 6. I did see a 7. I think it's pretty much 6.5 everywhere right now. Look, LSU's they're 3-2. Yeah, tough games. I get it. 2-3 against the spread. But how about this? These teams have combined so far to go 9-1 to the over. But I'm going to do a little bit further investigating because to me, maybe the total was released high because the teams have been going over. LSU on the maybe it'll be a little bit different. I don't know. But Missouri for me here plus 6.5. I think the offense with Cook is good enough, and they'll have a little bit of defense, I think, for LSU. I mentioned both teams in the top 25. It's actually Missouri with the higher ranking. So, and they're getting points at home. I'm all about that. I'll take Missouri. I don't think LSU's LSU special, despite my affinity for Daniels. Give me Missouri. It's State Fair time, and Oklahoma takes on Texas. I've got gear from the. I've never been to the Red River rivalry, but I've been gifted from the Oklahoma alumni over the years. I've spent many days with Oklahoma fans, and I have Oklahoma gear. That's one of my teams in a way. But this season, I'm on Texas for the most part. This game though feels close. Feels close within right around that spread here. I don't know. I guess my hat is in the Texas ring when it comes to who I'm taking for the national championship right now, and it feels uncomfortable, right? Because we think of Texas always overrated. I've kind of been rolling with them from the get-go, and I'm going to take them right now over all of these top teams. Hey, you got to pick one, and right now that team for me will be Texas. I think we're looking. I agree with everybody. What everyone's saying, what any team could win. I wish this was the 12-team playoff year. Yeah, that all that is indeed the case here. This total currently sits at 60. When we did that Circa show, it did open 62.5, and it's now down to 60. I did show it touching a 58 somewhere. On a faraway destination offshore. and up to 60 here. But I've got to think this is going to be not this is going to be defensive. I think this is going to be, sure. I mean, I think they can get into the 50s here, but uh, Texas, they're 1-4 to the under thus far, and man, for me, um, look, yours. He's one of the reasons why I think that I'm on Texas here a little bit. Now, Oklahoma is a team coming in with a 5-0 spread record, and Gabriel probably hasn't been getting enough attention right now with the Sooners averaging 47 points per game and allowing just 10 or 11 points per game so far. But Texas, the defense has been there as well. They just have that 3-2 spread record. Darren's on Texas, Ferner's on Texas, Darren's on. So a little bit of consensus here. You guys are on Texas. I think I'm not on Texas just yet. I think I got him to win this game. I got it right at the spread at this point. Now that can change. I'd like to look into things, and if I see the angle, maybe that will be a premium. But I'm on the under in this game at 60. I've got this one in the 50s. I would that does feel a little bit. Look, like I said, Texas 1-4 to the under thus far. Oklahoma 3-2 to the over here, but I figure it's under. I feel like with this series, it does feel like it's going to be under this year. I like Gabriel. I'm not sold. I think they're balanced enough. You look at offensively, right? Especially in the rushing department, Texas 190 yards rushing per game, OU 150. But yes, OU averaging 350 yards passing per game, and the defenses are kind of, balanced too. Both teams allowing just about 100 yards per game. So let's see. All right. Last year, of course, was a 49-0 Texas rolled them, of course, as just a 7-point favorite. But before that, 103 points in 2021 and 98 in 2022. The only ones that didn't score last year was OU, which is a bit of a shocker. But usually, higher scoring series over the last several years. But I've got this one going under on Saturday. Under 60, OU in Texas. Wow. Here's an interesting battle of undefeated teams with Maryland and Ohio State. Maryland's not getting maybe the attention they deserve so far. Hey, they've got Taulia Tagovailoa. I mean, why can't he get some attention here? Once in a while, we see what Tua's doing. Poor Taulia, he's always little. Tua, and all that. Let him be his own man. Okay. Now, can they get the money here? I don't know if they can. This feels really, really difficult. He's what Maryland kind of has going for them, I think, in this one, and I have concerns right now going in. I kind of think that maybe Ohio State defensively is not getting necessarily now Maryland's improving defensively. I think that kind of comes with the overall situation of how decent they are, right? When the offense is good, the defense is good, and so on. It all works hand in hand, and this has been a great situation so far for Maryland. They're 5-0, of course. They're not ranked, but they are 3-2 against the spread so far. And like I said, the defense allowing just 13 points per game. Now, Ohio State's got it all. We know that. And this one opened at 19, did touch as high as 20. That didn't last long. And look, here we are all the way down to 17 and a half. Could it go lower? I mean, you still got that hook out there. Man, I kind of leaning toward the Buckeyes all of a sudden. Look, I hope Maryland can go in there and have a good game. I mean, they got an undefeated record on the line as well. Ferner's coming to us with his Buckeyes. Now, there's another one. Here's the thing, but Buckeyes, another one of my teams. I mean, I've been rolling with Buckeyes fans for a long time. Long time. So I do follow this program very, very closely. This feels like a game they can get the money. This feels like a 3-touchdown victory for Ohio State for me. I'm going to take the under here. I have concerns about Maryland. I know I just talked up Taulia, and, I'm not necessarily – this is a tough game, for Maryland going in here to the Horseshoe. Darren's going to lean under. I'm on the under, Darren. Take you and me together. Let's go under. Come on. Ohio State 1-3 to the under thus far. So, in this defense, right? I mean, look, if anything, we're trying to get the offense. Yeah, I know Ohio State's averaging 34.5 points a game, but we'd like to see the real, let's get into some of these good games. This is a good game, even though it is Maryland. Hey, Maryland's worked hard to get to this point with this quarterback, 5-0 right now in this big game on the road. So they're close to 3-touchdown underdogs. This is usually when Ohio State feels like they get that money. I'm going to take the under this one and figure it's 55.5 right now. The circa number opened 52.5. And definitely went higher than this number. This has actually been bought back a little bit on the take back. So I'm on the under with Maryland and Ohio State. All right, I got one more I'm going to look at. I left a couple out, but I'm looking at the big games, the big conferences right now. If there's enough time during the week, we'll take a look at more. We're going to have a few baseball games. We know that every day. We need those other sports to show up soon, and we'll really have a good time. I'll probably have a hockey card tonight with 7 preseason games. I don't care if I went 0-6 last night in hockey. I'll be firing on a night like tonight. Preseason hockey. Hope ESPN Plus has all the games. All right. One more here with Rutgers taking on Wisconsin. And Wisconsin here opened 14, went all the way down at some spots as low as 12.5, and has found its way back up to 14 here. Rutgers is 4-1 coming in. Wisconsin 3-1. Rutgers is 4-0-1 so far against the spread. Doing a pretty bang up job. Now this is a tougher ask, no doubt about it. I think they can go in there and hang. I think they can go in there and probably going to be within 2 touchdowns, but it's going to be close. Feels like it's going to be close to the number here. And to me, the total just came too high. It did come 48.5. It has dipped all the way here to 47. Both teams are 2-3 to the under so far. Rutgers has a pretty weak passing game here, and I figure this game's got to be playing to the low 40s for me. I'm on the under as my pick here on the show. I thought the number was going to come lower. I thought it was going to come much lower, actually. When I say much, I mean for a point spread. I mean, usually the numbers are pretty odd, but I was just thinking maybe 44-ish or so. So I'm almost on an automatic under here, barring an investigation. For me, I'm going to go under in this one. I'm concerned about Rutgers, Rutgers being able to pass here, and they might just end up getting into, a lower scoring game in this one. Rutgers average allowing just 13 points per game thus far. Wisconsin's actually allowing 20 points per game so far. So, see if you guys have anything Rutgers and Wisconsin, and I'll get you out of here. Hello to Ron. Nice to have you stop by today. Not much going on here, Ron. Just covered a couple of games and I'm going to get off the air and just enjoy the day a little bit. Right? It's a little bit of a respite. Doesn't happen too often in our sports world. I'll probably have to go to some international soccer to keep me entertained today. Thanks a lot for joining me, you guys, here on the Mornings Team. I'll have more college football tomorrow on the show, and of course, we'll preview. Ron will hopefully send us a spreadsheet play for tomorrow, and we'll talk about the 4 Major League Baseball games. We get ready for the playoff action. I'm on the Dodgers, of course, to win it all, but I see what all these other team Brewers might be the value play in the major leagues for me, but I think overall, I feel like the Dodgers are the team to beat overall. But like I said, the Brewers, they've kind of added the pitching. They have the starting pitching, it feels like, to match up with the other teams, and they're rated down there at 20-1. So it does feel like the Dodgers might be my team to win it all. If I had to look at the price plays, I would say the Brewers out of that whole group would be, because pitching is what takes over, right? You guys, as far as the postseason is concerned, who has the pitching, and some of these teams do have some issues. Thanks, Ron. He's got a Korean baseball play for us tonight. And that game, what is that? When's that game? In 19 hours? I like that. Get it to us early. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us here on the Mornings Team. Hey, head on over to our website, Tony'sPicks.com, and check out our premium picks over there. These are our best picks every day over at Tony's Picks. Hey, click on the All Cappers tab. You can find the handicapper of your choice and get signed up. You click on that particular handicapper. For example, I click on myself. I can see my records in there, my profitability, and all my packages over there at Tony'sPicks.com. And, well, got to be frank, but I'm expecting probably one play tonight, probably going to be in the National Football League. And maybe get those baseball plays up there too and have a little package. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. Catch you tomorrow with more Morning Steam. This has been Ramon Scott.